YouTube land, thank you for coming to my channel. All right, so I just wanted to do a quick video about last night with the debate. Andrew Yang conquered. Okay, a lot of people were disappointed because he didn't get too much talk time, but he maximized on the time that he had. Not only that, but he led with example. He's the only, well, there was one girl in the front, I don't remember her name, but he's pretty much one of the only people that kind of stuck to his guns, was the nice guy and didn't interrupt people, wasn't trying to cause a stir. It reminded me of a point in time I called my dad and I was like, I just feel like y'all raised me with a handicap because whenever I'm nice, people take advantage and people are just evil. And I was like, the good guy never wins anymore, you know? But really, his example is so inspiring because, one, he was just, he came up with a way to get his point across with the contest that got his point out for the freedom dividend right at the beginning because he knew that things weren't going to be fair. Things were going to be biased. Everything was pointed towards Biden and Warren and Sanders. So instead of becoming like some of these other people and being negative and coming up with ways to discredit each other and tear each other down, interrupt, be rude, he did what he needed to do to get his point across. He was clear, he was precise, he maximized on his time, but he kept to his values. And that's one of the biggest things that I took away from this debate is you can be a positive voice in this world without being loud and boisterous and combative. It was just really inspiring to see him. He stuck to his convictions. He was still that positive guy. He was still that Yang Gang. I know we were kind of hoping that maybe he might take a couple shots and get a little bit dirty, but he didn't. He didn't. And to me, for a millisecond, I was like, man, I wish he would have. But then I was like, no, that's not what we need. We got Trump right now. He's doing plenty of that. You know, we want something different. So in wanting something different, we have to respect when that someone different holds their character and does exactly what they say they're going to do. He's not there for the publicity. He even said before, even if he's not the president, as long as it gets done, that's all he wants. And he's proving it over and over and over again by remaining true to himself. And it's absolutely amazing. A couple points of what I noticed last night. One, when Castro went at Biden. This morning I woke up and there was all kinds of news saying that he fumbled and that Joe Biden didn't actually say what he said. And he did say that. He did say that. They rolled back the clip and Castro read it. He did say you would pay in. He said it. So again, the news is trying to control the narrative and make it seem like it's something it's not to favor their candidate, which is really starting to irk me because they're not paying attention or they're ignoring things that he said. And I will be doing a video about this because there's a couple things that he said and I was like, ooh, that didn't sit well with me at all. And that's why he got heckled last night, because other people see through it too. Warren, she was kind of strong at the beginning and then she kind of fizzled out. It seemed like her and Bernie had a pact and Bernie was playing the bad guy and attacking, and she kind of sat back a little bit. She was playing the good cop, he was playing the bad cop. So it was an interesting night. I thought it was a good debate for the most part. Everybody tried to keep it all right. But I think the biggest winner was Yang. I mean, we were trending on Twitter. He gained the most Twitter followers. He was all over the news. There's so many interviews. I just don't have time before I got to go to my interview. So I'll have to do that later tonight. But clearly he's getting up there. People are recognizing, people are seeing. You saw the response when he said the thing about the contest. I mean, people lost their minds, and everyone on that stage was so annoyed. It was beautiful. It was beautiful, especially when it panned to Peter, and he couldn't even speak. He was furious. They were all up in their feelings because they knew this was a breakthrough moment. This was a moment where he would skyrocket because of course people are struggling, and you're telling me you might pay me $1,000 a month. Do you know what that would mean? It's like playing the lotto, except you I don't know, this might be something that you get for the rest of your life if this guy gets in. And I think at that moment, for some people it clicked because on Twitter I saw a lot of people posting they were going for Trump and now they're going for Yang. I've seen so many people say on Twitter last night and this morning that they were switching over to Yang. And I think it's because when you apply that to your life, when he says, okay, 10 people, I will give you $1,000 for a month for a year. Okay? Now, I think that makes people think, man, I could do this with $1,000. It kind of makes it tangible. And so I think a lot of people started really considering what would I do with that $1,000 as they ran their fingers all up on their computers signing up. So I think he made a huge impact last night. I thought it was incredibly, even though on his end, it was pretty much uneventful because he didn't get to speak a lot, but he maximized on his time and he was amazing. And again, he kept his character. And it definitely resonated with me because I had a few Trump people send me some messages and I was all prepared. My fingers were all properly stretched out. I was ready to read them for filth. But then I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a cue from him and I'm going to keep it positive. And not only that, it had me thinking about my whole life because after I lost my last job, I was like, man, when I go into this new job, I'm going to rip people to shreds if they even try me once, like I used to when I was younger. Because when I did that, people left me alone and let me just do me. And now I'm just rethinking that whole thing because it was inspiring to see someone stick to their guns and remain true to their character. People who change the world but don't let the world change them. And so I just want to congratulate Mr. Yang for an amazing performance and for his amazing attitude, his amazing example, and I'm just grateful that he's running, I'm sorry, because I still have hope that he's going to make it. I still have hope that he's going to make an impact. And so again, I've just been sitting thinking about ways that we can help. So one of the things that I suggested in my last video, play the Return of the Mac. He plays that at every event that he has. I guess that's his theme song, which I love from the 90s. That was a long time ago, but play it over and over and over again on Spotify so that it rises in the Spotify charts. It should bring attention because it impacts the charts, and they'll tie it to Yang and it'll hit the news again. It's just my idea, but I would say for the next month, or shoot, for the rest of the campaign, just before you go to bed, cue it many, 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 many times and push mute, go to sleep, and just sleep nice knowing that you're helping Yang. It's a small thing to do, but a big thing to do at the same time because it brings more exposure. And it's another way for us to show our power as a collective because, just me doing it, it's not going to do anything. But if you have a whole bunch of people that stream this song nonstop, it almost shows our political buying power, It shows that we're sticking together, and it's a large, massive people that are coming together saying we want Yang. And on all fronts, we got them on social media. We can show that we got them on the musical scene, just interesting ways that we can get involved and bring more exposure. But I also noticed that a lot of people were kind of upset, low energy when it came down to his performance in the debate last night. A lot of people seemed very, very upset. They were angry because people kept cutting him off and taking his time. But I want to encourage you, he made an impact last night. Believe that. He made a huge impact last night. The game is not over, and I predict that we're going to see a rise. It's going to happen. Sometimes it happens slowly, but as these other people start fizzling out and he remains strong, he's going to be the last survivor. So we just got to keep on working. Don't be discouraged. We're going to get him there. We're going to stand together. Yang gang.